Hey everybody, welcome to the 1804 show, chapter 2. I'm your host, Dollar Will. This is episode 201. Yes, I got a special guest with me tonight. How about you introduce yourself? Give a little brief introduction.
Oh, goodness. I'm Manuela. Sure. I don't know what else to say.
Well, just give people the basics. Don't give them too much, but just give them the basics.
I'm a mom, work at Covenant. Let's just start it off because I don't know what else to give them.
Okay, well,
You gotta edit that.
Oh, you good. We good, You're doing a good job so far. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know I appreciate you coming and stuff. I know that this is not what you do all the time.
No.
So, but yeah, I appreciate you coming by and, making sure that that you kept your word because, this was like weeks in the making.
Yeah.
And it's just everybody who isn't like real familiar with the show and I appreciate you trusting me with everything.
Well, thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem. So, we pretty much, touched on like some things already and depending on what you want to answer and want to talk about, my platform is based on mental health and depression and just overcoming something that you've been through. So if it's possible, can you give us like an example or something that you had to overcome?
Oh, goodness. It's quite a bit. I was married at the age of 19, divorced after almost 10 years, lost my mom when I was pregnant, 7 months pregnant with my third child.
Damn.
Yeah, it was. I've had a little bit of everything going on lately.
And it's crazy because, you so silly and playful on social media, but usually the ones who are silly are the strongest.
Yeah, I gotta laugh to keep from crying sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Just everybody just make themselves out to be like a victim. The victim card is always in the deck, but when you're able to, still smile, still laugh, and still rejoice, that takes a lot of strength. That takes a lot of courage because everybody doesn't have that ability.
No.
So when you, went through that, because everybody just think that it's just the same, but it's a difference. Like it's a different type of hurt, losing someone that you close to, that you have a bond with and everything. So.
Oh yeah, it was unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
I had talked to her like 2 hours before she passed, and then we get a call to go to the emergency room, and she wasn't alive when she made it there. So it was a rough one. And I had 2 other kids, being pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot to get through.
Yeah, and I commend you for that because me and my brother had some words before he passed, like 2.5 hours before he passed, and we said some things and some threats was issued and shit, but like it was just like when he died, it was like I felt so bad, like it hit me hard because we was just doing what brothers do.
Mm-hmm.
And
thought you was gonna see him again. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we just had that type of relationship where, like, we just say things, like, oh, nigga, I hate you back and everything like that. And then he died, and I was like, oh, my God.
Like, you wish you could take it all back. You didn't want to say what you said.
And I just tell people, because I would say for me, because everybody experience is different, but I would say, like, when I got the news, because it just happened. It was unexpected. He wasn't sick. He didn't get murdered or, died on natural causes. Everybody, think that. But it was deeper than that. It was self-inflicted, basically. And when I tell you, like, I had like a whole slideshow in my head from the time when he first held me in his arms to the time I last seen him again.
Yeah.
And I just remember just passing out. I couldn't breathe and couldn't, like, talk. And everybody just, see me as this big old giant, big dude and everything like that. But I just literally shrunk.
Broke
like,
down.
I never felt anything like that before. And I just be, telling people, because they be having, still have their original families and stuff like that, and they take that for granted.
Yeah.
And it just makes you mad when you just feel like that you're not a part of the club, or you not a part of the situation. Just like, I know, just like with you, with Mother's Day, you're not, being a hater, but it's just like, damn, like, I feel like people teasing me in my face, like the ones who know me, you know what I'm saying, knows my situation, don't check up on me, I got to pull myself together. And then, you being a mother.
Especially with my kids, I can't really do a breakdown. I got to make sure I hold it together until they go back with their dad.
Yeah, I can imagine, because, even though, like, I still have my mom, I kind of don't have my mom at the same time, because it's kind of like I'm the black sheep, because she real close with my sister, and then when it just, when he passed away, I literally, like, watched my family just break up, because everybody think, like, that type of shit brings y'all together, but it don't. It's like the Hunger Games. All, like, everybody got their tribe and everybody do their own thing. And I was on my, pretty much on my own and by myself. And I just try to just give people something to think about, because we all need a wake up call time eventually, because people just out here just having fun and, turning up and this and that. That's fine, but, it's some real life shit going on. People dying every day, and, people going to jail, people losing their freedom, and, people being sex trafficked and all that stuff. Some real stuff going on. So it just, being a person that cares too much, a lot of people wouldn't understand it, because in a way, when you know what it's like to lose, you want to gain more. You want to just, don't want to, like, go out, like, on some type of, this is it and everything like that. And you just look at life differently from, like, the next person.
Yeah.
And what I was going to ask you before I went on this little tangent and everything like that, but how are you able to, cope and move around and stuff like that? What inspires you and where you get your strength from?
Well, it's my kids. I mean, I could have broken down and gone a totally different way with everything that, what I go through, they go through with me. So I have to make sure that I give them an image that, mom's going to get it done. Like, no matter what, no matter how mom's feeling, no matter where I'm at in life, I want to make sure I take care of what I need to take care of to make sure that they are straight, because that's my legacy. I have 4 girls counting on me. Teenagers to toddlers.
Man.
So, I've had my moments where I've been going through something and I kind of let that get ahead of me, and I had to, like, pull myself together and say, hey, you remember you got these little people watching you, like, is this something that you want them to do? Like, so I had to reel myself back a little bit and get myself together and say, hey, check myself, put myself in my own place, put myself in the corner, like, You got these girls. That's
Right.
no matter if you ain't got nobody else, you got your girls. So
Yes, and I wanted to ask you, can you identify with Kanye West a little bit? You know, when people say he crazy and this and that.
oh no, he's I mean, I've only been married the one time.
No, not with the
I was
marriage,
gonna
but I
say,
mean, it's just
the
like
craziness?
overall, like.
Oh, I don't know if I'd get. I don't know if I can identify with that extreme because he does he could be a little different sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like, you know, I can really identify. I can just dissect it because he misses mom, and because it's
Oh yeah.
because when you watch, because I had the opportunity of watching the documentary, and the way that him and his mom interacted, it was just like that was his coping mechanism. That was his person.
Yeah.
And when you lose your person, man, you lose yourself in a way. Because I just try to explain to people, because they see me now, you know, all healed and scars and, you know, a little, you know, war stories and everything like that. They just see the healing. But when I was damaged and when I was broken,
Not that many people are around for that part. When
No.
you are going through, you got to pick yourself up during that time.
Yeah.
And then they want to come around when you get to the part where you need to be, where you're healed. That's when they want to start coming around. They don't want to be around for the messy part.
oh, hell no. And I never understood that because it's like, because I always just been the type of person, because I had a rough upbringing. I was homeless before and stuff like that. So I really had to work myself to get to this point. So I always been a giving person. Like, if anybody needs some money, anybody needs some food, anybody needs a place to stay, I would look out for
Use
them.
that one.
And for the first time when I needed some reciprocation, it was like my siblings left me. My parents kind of like distanced themselves to me because, you know, they was going through it too. So
Yeah.
so it was just like I was by myself, and then like the people I hung around with every day was expecting me to go back to normal. And I'm like, what's this normal shit? Like, I don't understand it. Like,
There's really not much of a normal
No.
anymore after things like that. No.
and I just really explain to people, like, you change forever. Like, that person that you was, it's over. Like, it's gone. And, you know, and I realized, like, people on the outside can notice it. I noticed that shit too. Like, but it was like I was just trying to just keep the people around me because I didn't want to just, because I hate losing friends, you know, I ain't gonna lie. But it's like the ones that, you know, you didn't expect to leave left, and that's hard, you know, and that really was like, dang, so how long you felt this way? Like, you waited until I was in pain to show your true colors, and I ain't gonna lie, you know, it makes you bitter because you're like, damn, like, you used to sleep on my couch, like,
Yeah.
and I used to, you know, lace you up when you was broke, and you just abandoned me. And people don't really understand that. Like, when you always the strong friend and the strong person, people call you with their endeavors and this and that, and they don't realize, like, you know, you battling, you know, your demons too, but they're angels, you know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, I'm glad I learned that, and I just can't express that with people, because I just always realize that, you know, everything that happens, you know,
Everything happens for a reason.
and karma's a bad bitch, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's also a loyal wife or a good woman, you know. It all depends on how you treat people, how you give back to the universe. And also, would you say that you a totally different person now?
Oh yeah. I mean, even a year ago, if you would have probably walked up on me on the street, you'd be like, nah, that is definitely not her. I mean, well, because a year ago I was, you know, in a relationship, like I was doing, like, you know, basically the married life all over again. And I don't know, after this, you know, I think after you learn your lesson after a certain time, it's kind of like, I don't know, you change.
Yeah.
After going through the same stuff over and over. So it's like, sometimes it's like, I don't know, I sit and even think to I think to myself, like, man, this is not me. Like, I even, back in November, December, the little lives and the, going out like all the time. It was like, man, I don't know, I don't do this. This isn't me. I mean, I'd rather sit at home and watch Netflix, and here I am, turned up on live. And I don't know. I mean, I used to not cuss at all.
Really?
At all. I mean, I was raised in the church. So, and my parents were very strict. Like my mom, my dad, I couldn't have a boyfriend. I couldn't do anything. I moved out when I was 17. But, it was just, I never heard them cuss. So it was like, I never cussed myself up until probably last year.
Right.
I'm 33, about to be 34.
Wow. That's crazy.
I never really did. I mean, that wasn't me. I mean, I drank. I'm not even going to say that's new, but I don't know. It's just, you notice certain things after you go through something. You change.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a little bit, but you notice it because you don't feel, I mean, I still some days don't even feel like completely all the way me, but I don't think I'll ever be that me again, because that me let a lot of things,
right?
Let a lot of things happen that probably shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, and the most, like, well, we talked about relationships before we got on here, and I would say in my relationship, I was not focusing on myself because I really thought that my ex loved me more than I loved her. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like when you see somebody's like broken and this and that, it's your job to be the human first aid kit, and that's when you that's when you get fucked up in the end, because you never should
because you sit there trying to fix somebody. I've learned.
Oh yeah,
over the past 15 years, you can't. They have to fix themselves before they come to you, because then they will end up destroying you.
Yeah.
And, nah, that's...
Yeah, and it's just people nowadays, man, they just be in love for the wrong reasons, because they practice...
A lot of people just want the title.
Yeah.
They see everybody getting married, so it's like, okay, let me hop in there. But I don't know, at the end of the day, you just want your best friend that you can go home to, cook for, sit and watch a movie with. I don't, not just to have a title, but you see people out here still cheating on each other, running around, but they so in love.
Yeah, I know. Shoot, I mess with some of them.
I can't. No.
Hey, I'm being real. Like I was, we all have a past. We all have a past.
Hey, I mean.
Hey, like I said, I used to be wild. I used to be a wild dude. They know, what I'm saying? That's why, I can say that, because they know. I ain't going to be one of these people who, just have a podcast and just go, fake the funk like I was.
Like you ain't have a life before.
Oh, hell no.
And
that's all going to be in my book. Like, I lived a wild life. Like, one summer, man, I was just, kicking them in, kicking them out, putting them in, kicking them out. And just, I just didn't care. I just didn't see a future. You know what I'm saying? Because I just was like...
It was just some fun,
Yeah, we all have fun, we grown, it's just... People just trying to, wear this mask. And I respect you when the mask is off.
As long as you up front.
Yeah. Shoot, I tell every girl, when I, who I either mess with, I'm talking to, look, I got a pass. If you hear this about me and... Get some screenshots. This is where I was at the time, but I'm not that person anymore.
I'm just going to let you know right here and right now, this is what it is.
Oh, no doubt. And I just feel like people should just be more honest, because honesty is the best policy. If you just be real, you be up front, you know what I'm saying? Just, nobody can say you lied to me or you misled me or you
save a lot of
a lot of
heartbreak in the end, because you got people out here thinking that they in relationships. You're not in a relationship. This person messing with this person. It's just a lot of messy stuff.
Yeah, and I don't do that because I'm a grown ass man. You know, I don't have any reason to lie to anybody. You know, I just explain to people like we sponges, like whatever we exposed to. You know what I'm saying? Like we soak it up.
Yep.
And shit. You know, I had this one ex in Detroit, man. Like, she turned me out. I ain't been the same since. So
you said she turned you out.
Yeah, for real. Like, I was innocent. I used to be innocent, you know. But now, you know, I'm corrupted, and that's what happens.
Jesus,
I'm corrupted. You know what I mean? Can't go back to what it was.
Nah.
Know? But I just try to be disciplined and stuff like that because I got something to lose and stuff. And a lot of people just walking around like they got nothing to lose.
Like they don't have anything to lose. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and, you know, they don't even think about, like, the kids or think about, like, the biggest consequence that can happen or anything like that. They just do it. And then be like, oh, yeah, man, I'm so sorry. I wasn't thinking. I'm a thinker now. Because now like, I used to be a reactionary. I used to think a lot now. You know, I think a lot now. And
I mean, I'm kind of a non-confrontational type of person, so
yeah,
I'd have to be really, 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 really highly upset in order to react. I had a few times where I even had to, like, apologize to my girls, like, I'm sorry, because the divorce was something crazy. So I had to tell them a couple times, like, hey, I'm sorry you had to see this side of me, because they're not used to that. Like, I don't even cussing in front of my kids. And they'd be like, Mom, if you have to, I know you have to. I understand. And I'm like, no, I don't need you. I just won't do it. I don't need you to understand why I'm doing it. You shouldn't even have to be put in this type of position at your age, but you have to get yourself sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, we all ain't 100% every day.
No.
Shoot, I still have my moments where, like, it's just so much pain that I have exhibited, and it's just to the point where, like, I can't, I can identify it, but I just tell people, like, who know me, like, who really cares about me, like, look, man, I have PTSD, I have anxiety, I have post you know, whatever that shit called. But you know, yeah, I mean, yeah, it was just like hard, you know what I'm saying? And people were just so busy cross-examining me instead of actually trying to get the root of what was going on, because it was nice. I couldn't sleep. And then when you can't sleep, you know, you already irritated, you mad and shit, and everybody you know, be like, oh, what's the matter? And then holidays and birthdays and anniversaries and shit, and you just pretty much like a ticking time bomb. Like, that's why I still gotta take my vacations, like whenever, like my father's birthday, his anniversary, and my brother's stuff. Shit, I can't. I'm not there yet, you know. It's baby steps, but baby steps are still moving forward.
Hey, as long as you move forward, that's all you can do. Like, that's why I have to tell myself every day. Like, even if it's just a little bit, as long as I got it together, just that little bit, I'm gonna be good.
Yeah.
This week was a rough one. My car broke down. My mom's birthday was Tuesday, and the anniversary of her death is tomorrow.
Damn.
And it's going to be 11 years. So I've been this week has kind of been a rough one.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
You know, even like I said, you know, even at this interview, like, you know, you got a new member on your supports team, because I know what that's like.
Oh, yeah. It's not a walk in the park.
No.
I mean, anybody losing anybody, it could be just a friend. Like,
Shoot.
Sometimes it feels like you lost a piece of you. Like, when are you going to get that piece back? And you don't ever get it back.
Never. And, you know, you just learn how to live, but you never forget.
Oh, yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, what was your favorite memory that you have with her?
Oh, my God.
I don't want you crying, you know, like, let me kind of like, you know, really dissect, you know, detail it real quick, but just like a thing that makes you laugh, makes you feel good inside.
No, it's a little bit of everything, because my mom she was a little short Italian lady, so she had a little temper on her. But she was a sweetheart, but her favorite singer was Usher. Like, if she were to go for anybody besides my dad, it would be Usher. So every time she heard his song, she couldn't sing for nothing. She would be on it. I'd be like, Mom, please just save it for him. Like, let him sing it. You just listen. And no, we got her when we had the Nextel church. You remember the chirps? Mm-hmm. I was working at Bavarian. I was working at the hotel cleaning rooms, and we already thought the place was haunted. And I would keep my phone in my little apron. Mm-hmm. And she didn't know how to alert anybody. She would just start speaking through the speaker. So I'd be over there cleaning, and then all of a sudden I hear my name, and I'm like, what the heck is, like, I know, like, I'm about to quit. Like, don't play with it. And I had to look at my phone, like, oh yeah, no, that's her. She didn't know how to operate any type of technology at all.
Man, and that was like one of the worst phones that ever came out, because I used to get me caught up so many times.
It used to get you caught up. That was my favorite
where you
phone,
at? Like, for real. Like,
thought you was on some stuff when you sitting there talking like a walkie-talkie.
Yeah, I get caught up so many times. Like, but I was like, when I was 20, 21 and stuff like that, I used to, man, it was crazy. Cause I got a couple memories. Cause I grew up, like, I saw some shit that a child wasn't supposed to see. So I remember just like one summer, I remember going to my grandmother's house. That's where my brother was staying at for like a few years and shit. Mm-hmm. So we was just like at the garage on the north side. You know how the north side houses be and shit. Mm-hmm. So we was just outside chilling. My uncle come out there, man, lit up his crack pipe in front of us and shit. And I'm just just standing here. I was just like standing there like, okay. You know, I'm right here, man.
He did not care.
That's what he was like, well, you heard about it. And I'm like, yeah, but I didn't want to see it. You know what I'm saying?
It, bro. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, and if it gets out anywhere, I didn't name you, Unc. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't no snitch.
But shit, I swear, like, I really like fucked me up a little bit. I was like, damn, like, you just do that shit from me? So then,
he did not care. You gonna learn today. That's Kevin Hurston.
And then he gonna have the nerve to gonna say, like, just because I smoke crack don't make me a crackhead. And I'm just like looking like at my brother, and he just had the smirk on his face, and I'm just laughing my ass off, and he literally go back in the house and slam the door. I'm like, man, shit, you set your own self up for that.
No, you couldn't wait until we was out the room. Like, come on.
But my brother, man, he was just such a prankster, you know. He had like one of them laughs that would make you want to fight him. Like, if he laughed at you, like, you know, we have that one person who laughs and makes shit worse and shit like that. So he was just
I'm
like
probably that person.
Oh man, like he was just like that. It was just like damn. So I remember one time I was like over there and shit, and he opened up all the doors in the cabinets so he could piss my uncle off, because my uncle had OCD. Mm-hmm. So he did that shit to piss my uncle off. And he opened up the refrigerator, he opened up the cabinets, he opened up the little cupboard and shit like that. So he was like, hey, just like, that's just don't do nothing. That's just sit and wait and shit, because they ain't like each other. They was beefing. So he come home and he see all this shit open and shit. He start slamming his everything, and he was just like, man, I hate you, man. You get on my fucking nerves, man. Just like your goddamn daddy and shit. And I'm in a guest room at my grandmother's house. I can hear him laughing through the damn vent. And I was just laughing my ass off. I was like, man, y'all crazy over here. But it was just like the type of shit that he would do. Like, it was just so original, so authentic to the point, like, damn, like, who the fuck thinks of this crazy
this type
shit?
of stuff. Mm-hmm.
So he would just, like, always pranking you and shit and make you want to fight him and all types of shit. But it's just really, like, crazy because I don't remember what he sound like, his voice, but I remember his laugh, but I don't remember how he talked or anything. And I just be, trying to tell people, like, when you get to that point, that's when it's like the heart, really, they gone type shit. And, and I just really been trying to just really remember, but I can't. But I know one day I probably will, but I just can't remember. And I just, grateful for, my platform. Because something happened to me, somebody missed me, they can watch this.
They can watch it and they can hear your voice.
So that's great, And that's something that a lot of people don't have the luxury of doing. Mm-mm. And I just try to really give people just that thought in their head, like, because I used to be naive and think that, we live forever and I was going to be here with my, peoples, get old with them and stuff. And don't happen like that.
No, not at all.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't reality. And you just and you just got to, like, really fight and push yourself to becoming a better person. Because I just see so many people who go down like a, downward spiral and they want to, blame this or they want to say this. And I'm like, that should have been a reason for you to push yourself and grow. But you chose to demote yourself. And I never demoting myself again.
No. Well, everybody has that. You have a choice to make yourself better from it or, like you said, become a victim and then just be like, oh, this happened to me, so, I'm going to sit here and binge drink until I can't drink anymore or go start doing drugs because something happened to you. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that have it worse than, anything I've ever gone through in my life. So you got to look at it like that. Like, hey, you just build yourself up from there. Don't sit there and complain. And you can be hurt about it. You can, express your feelings about it, but don't sit there and, just dwell on it all the time because that's what's going to bring you down. That's what's going to put you in a bad position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it was this thing that I watched on HBO about NWA, and Dr. Dre was talking about his brother, even though, like, he in his 50s and stuff like that, he still go through that shit. Because the interviewer asked him, how long you in that space, and he said you never out of that space. You just learn how to deal with it.
Cope with it.
And the best thing how to cope with it is finding a positive outlet. Not just anything destructive, but but I just love making people happy. I love making people just that sense of knowing that they can have somebody to talk to and listen. My sister got mad because she feel like I give my love and my everything to my guests and shit, and instead of her. And I told her, like, I'm doing this for us. Like, somebody gotta make it, like, in our family, because I wouldn't go, like, just
leave you in the dirt. Like,
no.
This is for you.
Yeah, because I even asked her to be my assistant. Before, when I started this, I asked her to be my assistant. Before I even went on the show, start recording and shit, I asked her to be my assistant, and she didn't see the vision, and that's cool. But when I did the 20th episode, that's when she was just talking about, oh, bro, man, our episode gonna be bomb. I can't wait, man. We gonna tear it up. I'm like, what episode? You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna come on here and now like when I make a name for myself and everything and I just wanted her to understand that I just want her to feel like she's not alone and stuff like that. Like, and I've been really trying to, work on myself so I can, rebuild our relationship. Because that's my only sibling. I love her to death. We just two different people.
Yeah.
And her kids is like, my strength and my motivation, like your kids is to you. So, and I just, try to, give her kids just a good role model, somebody who's really, trying to change the structure and the generational curses, man, and that's just something that I would feel a lot of our people, like our young people, man, don't really identify because it's normal now.
Yeah.
To be toxic and that shit ain't normal, man.
That's all you see. That's what people love. Being in toxic situations. Like, who wants to do that all day, every day?
Right.
I don't need a headache. I don't want an extra headache. Like, I just want to be at peace. Like, after having so many years of, everything going back to back, you just kind of want to be settled, just be at peace. Like,
right.
Don't nobody want to sit and argue and go through a person's phone. Look, I lost a lot of weight going through phones. I don't want to do that.
Phone.
No.
Phones hurt.
I found some things I ain't want to find. And it was like, Jesus, like, why would, like, you knew in your mind, you knew that you was going to find that. Why would you even go look to even put yourself in a situation? And then, like a dummy, you go look at it and then you still stay in the same situation. So it's like, why would you even look in the first place?
Yeah, I learned that a long time ago. Like, I wasn't trying to, be disrespectful, but, I don't delete nothing, whatever you send me or whatever, because I like to remind people, because a lot of people got amnesia. So I like to remind people, like, okay, you said this, and now you're saying that, so what's going on here, and all that stuff, and just in case they try to blackmail me, I gotta have my ammunition, I gotta have my arsenal,
Screenshots ready.
For real. So I just, now I just try to just, move on, take my ill in silence, because I'm just really comfortable with being alone and being by myself, and I'm my own person, I'm my own man, I'm a movement by myself type thing. So being single, right? Okay. So was it like a hard transition from being married into being single?
Well, I wasn't single for long after I got divorced.
Okay.
So it's been about 15 years since I've been just by myself.
Okay.
And September was when I recently became single. And yeah, it was a rough one. I was going through some things. I had to kind of force myself to get up and go. I was like trying to sleep all day, go to work, come home, go to sleep, like stay in, just try to bury myself because I ain't want to, think about it. But now it's like I'm happy. Like I got my girls. They go to their dad every other week, so every other week I just have that myself time where I can just kind of pull myself back together and take that time where I need to break down if I need to. But it's peaceful. I don't gotta check anybody's phone. I don't have anybody questioning me where I'm at. Like, if I want to go to a movie, I can go by myself. If I want to go out to eat, I'll go by myself. I'm at that point where I don't need to have somebody with me. It's nice to have that person, kind of miss it. But on the other hand, it's like, I don't know, do I really want to get back? I really want to go back to, what I had to go through? Because I really, I'm not putting myself through that again. Like, you got to be the GOAT to take me out the game.
Hey, I feel that too. Like, yeah, because when I ended my relationship and couple entanglements.
Entanglements.
Hey, hey, I was just like, you know, hey streets, I'm back streets. You know, but I mean,
it kind of feels like you get thrown to the wolves, like
Mm-hmm.
for a second there, because I was like, God dang, like you're like, okay, I can't talk to such. You feel like, okay, I'm still in a relationship, and you're like, wait a minute, no, I'm not. Like, you keep telling people, no, I don't want to go out, I'm good. And you're like, wait a minute, you can,
Right.
but you really don't want to. Like, that's been like a little bit of a struggle because it'd be like, I don't know,
Yeah, it just be kind of like
I'd rather just hard. Be with me, like by myself. I don't know.
And I tell women this all the time with my female friends, like, you know, they still, you know, be checking their ex's pages and ex-husband pages and be like, hey, you know what I'm saying, see what he doing and this and that. I'm like, look, I don't give a fuck about him. Like, don't put me, I don't even know this nigga. Like, don't put me in this mix, but I mean,
no, not at all.
I mean, I just love just that sanctuary, like that. Just that sense of I don't gotta, you know, deal with you. I don't gotta worry about you. You live your life. I wish you the best. And even the girl, you know, I had to, you know, go WrestleMania on.
WrestleMania.
You know, TLC match on, you know, but I still wish her the best. You know, I'm not bitter. I don't hate her. I'm glad that she came into my life because she taught me a lesson. Like, taught me to love myself, taught me to be strong. And it just taught me just, you know, self-care. And self-care meaning that you got to block them. And sometimes a lot of people just think niggas can't block females because that make them bitches or whatever like that. But I'll block you in a minute. I'll block you in a minute, you know, because if you affect
them... to protect my peace, yes, I'm going to block you. I mean, that's how I knew that I was my last relationship. That's how I knew I was done because, like, when we would break up before, we'd be on and off. I'd be, you know, signing into my friend's page, trying to see what he was doing, trying to see what he was saying. And, like, this time around, it was like, you know what? I don't need to do that. I don't need to know what you're doing. I don't need to know how you're doing. Like, if somebody brings them up to me, even with my ex-husband, if somebody brings them up, I may do a little joke or something, but it's like, it's not my problem. Like, the only problem that I have in this world as of right now are my 4 children. So the only people I need to know what they're doing is them. So I don't search for it. I don't go looking to see if they're happy, because I hope they are happy. I mean, we didn't work out, but it doesn't mean you're not going to work out with somebody else.
No doubt. And what's the biggest misconception people have of you? And what was the craziest inbox you got?
I don't even want to say it.
Oh yeah, okay. We gonna keep it keep it PG.
I don't think it's PG-13.
Oh, damn.
I honestly, like, my Messenger I don't even touch much anymore because I mean, you go live and they see you joke on Facebook. Like I may joke, but I mean it's not like I'm going to be like an easy target. Because that's what they think. They think, oh, she talks about this, she talks about that. Oh, I'm just going to hop in there, slide in there, see what I can do. No.
Right.
Like, I'm at a point in my life where I'm just happy where I'm at. So if what you're offering is not going to add to my happiness, what do I need you for? Like, I do it by myself. I take care of the bills by myself. I pay child support, take care of my kids. I do what I need to do to make sure that it's done. Right. Like, I will work 2 weeks in a row with no days off to make sure that, you know, what I have doesn't want for anything. So I'm not just going to, you know, be that quick. you know, you come and call me beautiful and I'm just going to fall down at your knees.
Man, that's crazy.
Because you think that I might be easy because I post different types of stuff on Facebook. I just find it funny. So if I find it funny, I know everybody else will find it funny. I just want y'all to laugh too.
Yeah, I'll be feeling it because it's funny. It's funny because, like, my old page, man, I was wilding, like, you know, before Facebook jail was, like, full effect. Like, I would just say anything, do anything or whatever. But now, I'll be looking at my old memories, and I'm like, man, I was crazy. I was wilding.
I know next year I'm going to be looking like, Jesus, you was on one for a second. Hold up. Why didn't you slow down?
Man.
I mean, I slowed down just a little bit.
I
haven't had a live here or there in a while.
I mean, you know, like I said, like, I ain't gonna say that I'm 100%, you know, just changed man, but I just learned that, you know, it's just best to keep things under wraps and stuff, and because, you know, I'm a Capricorn, so I mean, I can't help myself, but I really have, just learn just the growth, and I appreciate the growth and appreciate just I had to go from that to become this. And that was one of the greatest things ever to me. And, oh yeah, I'm sorry. I know you pressed for time. You know, you got to get back.
Yeah, I got to get.
Yeah. All right. Well, you have any final thoughts, final words before we wrap this up?
Well, thank you for having me on your show. I mean, I was kind of nervous at first because live dancing and live sitting down talking is two whole different things. So it was, you know, but I enjoyed it. I had fun.
Me too. You know, I'm grateful. Like, this is history in the making right now.
Bring out emotions. Look, it's been an emotional week for me already, so I was trying not to.
It's all good, you know. This is healthy, you know. This is cool, you know. When the next, pretty much the next or the last time anybody just could sit down and talk, and I just think that that's the biggest thing and the biggest flaw with this generation, because nobody sit down to talk anymore.
Yeah, because really nobody can have any type of issues going on. If you have an issue going on, you're flawed or you're not, you know. I don't know. I don't know. Even for men, they make it hard for anybody to put out any type of emotion. It's like, look, if I want to cry, I'm going to cry. You're going to see me ugly face and everything. Mascara coming down. If a tear's finna drop, I can't hold it in. I mean...
That's cool. That's fine. Like, I mean, like, you know, look at you in suspense, but I'm going to get you some tissue. I'm like, what's wrong? Like, talk it out.
Not coming down. Like, it'll be the ugly face. Because I don't got a cute cry.
Me either. Oh, man.
That's why I try not to do it. So.
Man, I look like a orangutan when I cry, so that's why I don't cry.
But no, I enjoyed it. Thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem. And anytime you want to do this again, you know, give us a little update in the near future. Just let me know.
Oh, yeah.
You know where to find me now, so.
Yes. No, I got you. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. And to everybody else, thank y'all for watching. And, you know, the ones who did watch and not did surveillance, thank y'all.
Surveillance?
Yeah, people do that. You know, them stories and shit. You be like, man, like, you could at least watch my show, you know what I'm saying?
Finish watching it.
Don't be fucking just keeping eyes on me and shit. I hate that, but people do that, you know what I'm saying? You get more views than you get likes, comments, you know, shares and shit. But like I said, it's not about me, but fuck y'all though. But yeah, we finna wrap this up. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel. This video will be on here and everything like that. So y'all have a good night and thank y'all. Peace.